Hey y'all! How's everybody doing? I hope everybody's doing well today, and I am going to do, as you saw from the name of the video, how can you get ready like really quick? Oh, somebody liked my Instagram. Okay. So because I've got to get ready really quick, the first thing I'm going to show you is pull your hairs back and start with your base. I've already moisturized this morning, so I'm just going to go ahead and get moving. Alright, so what is the one that I want to use? We're going to use this brush. And it's just a tight, any kind of a tight flat top brush. And I'm using my Chanel, you know what, I'm just going to do it. Y'all know the stuff that I use, but I'm just going to say I'm using my Chanel matte finish. And I'm going to use this little tiny mirror so that I don't put anything in front of the way. And I'm going to start with the upper cheeks, especially where I'm, and then I do a line here and a line here. And I may make it buildable by adding a second coat, but I typically don't. Just so you guys know. And then I go over the nose, make sure. And all you're doing with a foundation, you're not getting the, you're not getting all the intricate things that are awful. Like I've got an age spot right there. You can get that with concealer if you want to. And then just blend it out. But this is just basically to give you an all-over finished look. Right under the nose, including letting some of the hairs get in your nose on either side of that little crooks of your nose right there. Right around your lips, and then on your chin, straight down on your chin. And that little crooks right there. And then elongate like that to make sure you don't have a line. And when you have a really well blended, I don't do a whole lot of color, as you can see on my forehead, just enough to kind of give the blended look, and on either side of the nose there too. Okay, so that is my foundation look. Also blend it down the neck just a few times to make sure, and that's just an overall finished look. So you're done with your base. Now if you want to do concealer, you can spot do concealer. The next thing that I'm going to do with my concealer, though, and I am going to go ahead and do it in advance, and I use the Perfect Match, or Match Perfection, sorry, by Rimmel. And I put this on my ring finger. I squish some out. It is a brush, so brush applicator, so you could just brush it on. But what I like to do is put about that much on. Can you see? And then I put it between the two fingers, just mash it, so it'll be a nice even mix. And then I go under each eye, starting at the most inner corner right there, and blend all the way out like that. Just all the way out past this eye over here. Make sure I get right up in there on this side of the nose, right under the lashes, and then up. And then I blend down. Back and forth a couple of times, and then blend down. And I go down past this nose, because the dark area past your nose, and then what we call the bulldog jowl. As you get older, this muscle lets go. Unless you have plastic surgery, you can't fix that. It's just, and you can drink all the water and do all the creams. It won't help us. It's a structural problem. Okay, so you see now I'm just blending the edge so that the concealer stays right there. And I'm just going to pat that a little bit. Pat that into the wrinkles, pat that into the pores. And it just wakes up the eye a little. I don't want to put too much product there, because let's face it, the more product that you put on, the more it sets a wrinkle. It really does. It sets the wrinkle. It doesn't help. It sets it. And there goes the barking dogs, because the hubby is home. Again, down by the nose. And then I come down. And that's how I'm blending it. It's just blending it straight down. Right there. And sometimes I'll do these little things on either side of the mouth to also help. Again, I'm going to just pat that in, because I don't want to lose that. I could, if I wanted to, go ahead and put some concealer right there. I don't really, I mean, I have age spots. I don't like them to be prominent, and that's why I put foundation over it. But at the same time, unless it's some special occasion, which I can't think of one, you can cover that age spot, but then what do you do about this one and this one and that one? I mean, it's just, I think at some point you have to decide how much work are you going to do, you know? Okay, so now I'm going to use this, okay, I'm coming! My husband got me the chicken burritos. Not chicken burritos, chicken quesadillas from Taco Bell. I like them. But anyway, so I'm going to take this Lost Soul color right here, and I'm just going to do a little bit of a quick shadowing, and also in the temple area. And this is just a large fluffy brush. And this just basically takes the white pasty look away. And then I'm going to let it drag through Caribbean, the lower color, right below it right there. And I'm going to do my chin, beard, what I call it. It's where you go back and forth like you had a beard. Especially the ball of my chin, because I've got jowls on either side and I also have a large chin. And then I just kind of cut under here just to have a bit of a shadow, because again, unless you're going to have surgery done, and who knows, I might if I lose the weight I want to lose, and this drops and it won't come back, I may have that done just to tack that up, just so it's not such a big drop right here. But again, once you do that, you do under your arms, between your legs. I mean, any place where there was fat that you get rid of the fat is going to have a bit of a drop. And I also do dust under my nose, because my nose is biggest on the end. And I have tried doing the slenderizing down the sides and it just looks stupid. It looks like Mr. Magoo. So anyway, now I'm going to use a angled brush. Blush brush is what I call it. Or angled full brush. And I'm going to smile because that brings up the cheek, and I'm going to come down on the top part right there. Both sides. And the reason I'm doing it both on one is I realized I overloaded the blush. And now I'm going to round that out right there. And because this is a lot darker, this is the weirdest blush, y'all. Sometimes it does look dark and other times it doesn't. I also do the bridge of my nose all the way down and the temples, either side of the temples. And here at the end again. And right underneath, we're going to do that. And then I am going to take this flat brush. Is that the one I just used? It is. And I'm just going to kind of dust that out a little bit because I feel like that's too dark. It may have a little bit of, and all you're really doing is knocking off some of that color and also blending it in. There we go. And if I still feel at the end of this that I don't like the look, I can use some of these whiter colors, but let's just get the rest of the look on. You know what? Let's just use this. Let's just use it. So I'm going to use a shader brush. I'm going to go into Fortune, which is a highlighter, and we're just going to use it. I think of this as a mirror. So we'll use the mirror for the palette. So I'm going to use this highlighter for right under my brow bone. That is what it's made for after all. And I'm also going to use that same highlighter for my inner corner and over the top of my lid. There we go. And I'm going to go past there a little bit, past here a little bit. Again, I'm using one palette to do my whole look. Okay, blend that way, blend that way. And I'm going to blend that down a little too. See? Now I'm going to use a fluffy brush, and I'm going to use, let's see, I'm going to use Lost Soul because that's going to be my transition color. Tap it off, and I'm going to use that right here. Y'all, this is a perfect transition color. You could use this whole palette just to do your makeup. It's a little chalky, so I might spruce it up with this blush color, because this is just kind of an everyday color that you could use. So I'm going to use this Caribbean color, and I'm going to use that on a tapered blending brush to use in the crease. And that will just add some depth. And I'm going to round it out right there at the ends, and what that does is just concentrate color. Gives a little bit of a depth look. Here we go again. And again into the crease. Into the crease, into the crease, and then roll it in the outer corner without lifting up the tip of the brush, and then kind of brush that inward, and it just gives that kind of, and then blend that back out what you just did, and it gives depth. Now I'm going to use a short shader, and because it's mine and I don't use it on anybody else, I am going to just wet it with a little bit of spit and go right under my eyelash line. I know a professional makeup artist would be like grossed out right now, and that's okay because I'm not a professional, number one. Number two, I don't use my products on anybody but me. And if you're saying, well gosh, there's so much bacteria involved in your spit, actually, that's true. I don't think my spit hurts my eyes, so that's just how I feel. I could be wrong. Okay, so that does give me a little darker color underneath. Now I'm going to use my IT Cosmetics liner, just because it's a really good liner. And that is for my waterline. And I don't have it scrolled up very good, so I'm having to go back and forth a few times. There. Gives me what I want there. What happened to the lid? And now I need to blend out my eyes, so I'm going to use a just a blending brush, fluffy brush, and I'm going to blend right there, right here, and this little edge. Blend that out a little bit. Again, right here, right here. Don't overblend because I don't want to muddy the two colors together too much. I want the difference of the two colors. Then I use the outer part of my hand just to make sure that I don't have anything really bad back here. We're going to put on a lip product, just because I decided to change gears for a second, and put on lips. And y'all know what it is. Can everybody say it in unison? Chanel Lip Intense. Do you know the color? Soft Rose. Y'all, it just goes with everything. It really does. It goes with pinks. It goes with orange. It goes with red.